Thank you for coming back for episode 3. This episode is going to be about how I live my values, and what's important in my motherhood is how we can be rooted deeply in our own family values while not judging how other families do things. So I'm going to be sharing on why I chose in my motherhood journey to choose mostly organic, whole foods and home-cooked meals and snacks. So before I even became a mom, I started to become more aware of what I was putting into my body while I started doing research about organic and inorganic foods, and just wanting to teach my children how to nourish themselves in a better way than I did as I was a kid or even as an adult. And I truly enjoy making my kids food from scratch. And I know that it is truly time consuming, and not everyone is able to have the time to do it, or it is more expensive to eat organically. But however you can do it, I believe you have the right to choose how you do your motherhood. I teach my children about nourishing their bodies every day. So I teach them that whole fruits and vegetables have the vitamins and the nutrients that they need. And even when making their food, they enjoy being with me in the kitchen and learning the steps and what each fruit and vegetable can do for them and their nutrition. And even with their snacks, I choose to buy like organic or non-GMO, just because the less ingredients, the better it is for your digestive system. But again, there is no judgment here. Judge-free zone. You do what is best for you and your family. I am just here to let you know what I do, and if it inspires you to try something different, then it inspires you. If it doesn't, it is okay, girl. So what this has taught me about me teaching my kids about the depthness about the nutrition is, they'll see a commercial and they'll be like, oh mommy, that has a lot of not good things. And it teaches me that they're paying attention and they are aware of their surroundings and their food. But I also tell my children, because not everyone does things the way that we do. I tell them someone else may eat differently. The most important thing is that we don't judge others for what they eat. Every family does stuff different, and that's okay. A little example. Sometimes, because I send my kids with home-cooked meals, other children will tell them like, oh, what is that? An example should be like, oh, it's rice and beans with veggies. And they'll be like, ew. I tell her it's okay, because not everyone eats the same, and that's okay. They just have to respond in a way like, that's okay if you don't like my food, I do. So it's so much that goes into just how I have chosen to teach my kids about how they eat. It's also about letting them know that everyone makes different choices, and that's okay. We don't judge. And I realized the whole thing about the judgment-free zone because I've become friends with all different types of moms. Moms that feed organic, moms that feed non-organic, but are still conscious of what they're giving their families and their children. And we have gentle and open conversations, and there's never been a sense like, oh, you're doing it better. No, you're doing it worse. It's just been, oh, wow, that's how you do it. This is how I do it. And sometimes our foundation has been so open and strong that they'll ask me like, oh, I want to make a little bit of a better choice because my baby's like having discomfort, or just showing genuine interest and questions, and I'm open to sharing the same way as I've seen them do certain things, and I'm like, oh wow, how do you do that? So the journey of motherhood is not about exclusivity or thinking that there's just one right way or mine is better than yours. It's about coming together and knowing that whatever we choose in our own motherhood, that's what's right for us. And I also speak of like even household products and the simple switches. Like, instead of using a chemical base, I just use like water, vinegar, and essential oil. In the podcast to come, I'll go more in depth with that. This is just like a little synopsis. But I definitely feel grateful for the mothers that I have come into contact with and build these strong relationships with, because being intentional doesn't mean, it's not about judgment. It's about being firm enough within yourself to hold your own values while not, and having compassion while not being judgmental. This has been a journey. Like, just knowing that I'm on episode 3, and whatever mothers start with me or jump in the middle, like, I'm just eternally grateful for this. And motherhood isn't about proving to yourself or to others that your way is the perfect way, or it has to change. What's the most valuable right now is that you're raising your children with intention, with love, respect, compassion, and overall that they know that all families do things different, and that's okay. Judge-free zone, everyone. See you in the next episode.